What's up guys, Viz here, and today we're in a new game called Prospecting. Now, we are going to be checking it out today, so let's go ahead and get started in the game. So, we have an arrow right here to go over to John for our first little quest, and here we go. So, we just got the tutorial quest, and it says to fill up your pan at the riverbank. So, we go down here, and the Rebel Creek Sands is the toughness of 1, and then we also have toughness 2 over there, so I'm guessing there are different areas that give different things, which is pretty cool. So if we go ahead and pull out our rusty pan here and we go ahead and hold click, and we actually have to hold click, there we go, and we can actually put sand into our little pan here. And once we fill this up, I am pretty sure we have to go into here and we have to shift the pan in the water. So if we just click here, we are going to get some goodies here. So let's go ahead and see what we are going to pull for our first little pan here. And we are going to get just one thing, and that was platinum actually. Now it says it looks like we found something and we have to sell it at the merchant. So let's go over here to the merchant. And let's go ahead and click I want to sell all my valuables, and we are good to go. So there we go, 300 bucks right there. Now it's telling me to go ahead and buy a new pan. So the plastic pan is $500. Let's go ahead and pick that up, and then let's go ahead and talk to John again. So now we have completed the tutorial and we can claim 30 minutes of luck. So let's go ahead and claim that right there. That is obviously going to help with our drops and stuff like that. And let's go ahead and talk to John again. So you can craft equipment using items you found, which is pretty cool, and then do some panning and craft a gold ring. So let's go over to the crafting right over here. The gold ring is $2,000 and we need 5 gold to be able to craft that. So let's go ahead and talk to the trader right here. So I need a ruby for my client's order, but nobody has one. They can't be that rare, right? So let's go ahead. I can find one, and there we go. Now we have to find a ruby for the trader, and that's a quest that we can complete as well. So with our plastic pan, let's go ahead and fill it up. We can now hold 10 sand at a time, which is pretty cool. You guys can kind of see the basics of the game on how it's going to work. This game is very similar to like Dig or Fish, those type of games, but let's go ahead and pan it again, and let's go ahead and see what we can get. So I think it's a platinum again. It is a platinum, another platinum, still no gold yet. Of course, we do need 5 for that golden ring. So there's 1 gold right there, and not too bad. So I think what we're going to go ahead and do is we're going to go ahead and sell just the platinum here to get some extra money, and then we're going to keep the gold so that we are able to make that ring. So we can make $1,000 here, and there we go. Let's go ahead and see what we need for the next shovel here. We need $3,000, which we are not there yet. So let's go ahead and just keep shifting away and getting goodies. So I'll catch you guys back once we get a decent amount of stuff. Alright guys, so we just got enough gold to be able to craft the gold ring. We're going to go ahead and walk over to the crafter over here. We're going to go ahead and craft that golden ring, so hopefully we can get a decent boost here. So it's $2,000 and 5 gold. Let's go ahead and view. Let's go ahead and put in all of our gold, and let's go ahead and craft this bad boy here. And we're going to get a 50% quality of a golden ring, which gives us 0.25% luck. So let's go ahead and go to 2. Go to equipment and go ahead and press equip here, and there we go. So now we're gonna have a little bit more luck, and now what we need to do is definitely upgrade our pans and shovels to be able to get more things. So let's actually go ahead and check out the crafting again here, and we need 2 amethyst here and 8 platinum, which will give us a sell boost and luck as well. We do already have the amethyst, so I'm going to try not to sell that, but let's go ahead and try to sell some of the other stuff that we have in our inventory and see what we can do. So we do have 3 of the amethyst. I think I'm going to go ahead and sell the pure amethyst here, and we should get $2,000. So there we go. We still need like $300 for the shovel, so I'm going to go ahead and grind away real quick and grab the new shovel. There we go guys, we just sold 2 titanium, and now we can afford the iron shovel. That is what we are going to prioritize first there. There we go. And then there is even a mechanic over here, which basically tells us about these sluices, I guess is how you would pronounce that. I'm not exactly sure, but you can basically place these in the water, and they even work offline when you're not in the game, and it will collect 30 different items depending on where you place it. And that is just for the wooden one, which is the basic, which is pretty cool. But now we have the new shovel, so now if we get a perfect, we get 3 sand per hit, which is definitely going to speed up the process of collecting things. So let's go ahead and just do this. Also, you do have quality at the bottom, so it is recommended to go for perfect every single one. But we are going to get something pretty cool here. I don't really know what the fire like animation thingy is right here, but we did just get 2 more amethyst, which is pretty nice. So let's go ahead and see. So we got a scorching amethyst, so there are different like tier items as well. So that is pretty cool right there. Now again, I think we are just going for platinum right now to be able to craft the next, I believe, necklace, which was the amethyst necklace. So let's go ahead and grind away real quick, guys, and then I'll cut back once we can craft that. So guys, I went ahead and sold off 2 amethysts so that we can go ahead and get some extra money. We're going to go ahead and buy this Salus or whatever this is called over here for 5,000. We're going to go ahead and pick that up, and we are going to go ahead and go into the water and place this down. So let's go place it down, and every 10 minutes we should get 1 item. That is kind of a long time, I'm not going to lie, but over time of me just kind of playing the game, we'll get items anyways, so that is pretty cool. So I'm just going to keep grinding away, and once we get enough for the necklace or the pendant, whatever it is called, we are going to go ahead and get that crafted. So guys, in this pan we just pulled a ruby, which means we can go ahead and complete the trader's quest, which is trading the ruby over to the trader. So let's go ahead and find the ruby here, drag it into our inventory. Let's go ahead and hold it here and talk to the trader, and boom, just like that, we are now level 8 already, and we now have 31,000 cash. So that is really nice. Let's go ahead and see if we can get another quest here, which we actually can. So we can go ahead and wait for this to go. We can find an emerald, and now we should be good to go. We of course just need to find another emerald, and we'll actually get 200,000 cash, which is actually an insane amount. Now I do think I want to go with the steel shovel here just for faster dig speed, and then we will upgrade the pan to the metal pan for 12,000 once we get that. So we are still working towards getting the pendant over here, which we still need 6 platinum, and that is kind of like what we are waiting for. I am kind of like taking a look or a note at the other stuff as well on what we are going to need, and we're just kind of like slowly grinding away. So guys, there is another area from spawn. If you just go straight across the little like river there is another area here with more things, which I guess this would be considered like area 2. Now there are more quests here as well. I'm gonna go ahead and see if we can claim all these quests so that we can kind of like work towards all the quests at the same time while we are just grinding away. So yeah, here we go, we got another quest right there, and let's go walk around and see if there are any more quests. I don't really see anything right now. There is a fisherman here, so let's go ahead and talk to him as well. There might be a quest here, which it does have a question mark, so I assume there is a quest. Let's go ahead and take a look, collect all the gold out of the water so the fish come back. Let's do okay. And now we have another one. So yeah, we have to collect 200 gold, 75 platinum, and 25 jade, which is a ton of stuff to do. So again, over time, we will just kind of like be completing this anyways. So that is really good to see, and I would highly recommend you guys, especially starting out, going ahead and doing that as well. Now I am going to go ahead and try to see if I can do toughness 2 here, because we did get the steel shovel, which looks like we can actually do. And I assume with the toughness in different areas, you can actually get different like ores or materials. So let's go ahead and see what we can get here with this pan and see if we get anything that is technically new apart from the first one, which honestly doesn't look like we are, but we did get a platinum, which is pretty good. Let's go ahead and fill up again and see if we can get anything crazy. And there we go. We just filled it back up, and let's see what we're going to get here. There is something like silver here. Let's go ahead and see. There's also a golden of some sort. So we got topaz there, we got platinum, and another platinum, which that platinum might be kind of special. Actually, I don't think it was, but it does seem like we are getting a lot more platinum here. So I'm gonna just spend a little bit of time to get the platinum so that we can craft this necklace. Now this is green here. I don't know exactly what this is right here, but let's go ahead and find out once we get this down. That is just a special gold ingot, I guess, or whatever you want to consider that. All right, I thought that was going to be the emerald, I'm not going to lie, so that we could complete that quest. And if we did, that would have been insane. All right, there we go, guys. It's telling me to buy the metal pan, but we're not going to buy that yet. We're going to go ahead and craft the amethyst pendant. So let's go and select the amethyst that are the smaller types. and then we'll just select all the platinum. Again, it's probably not the brightest idea to use the shiny platinums because they probably sell for quite a bit, but we are going to go ahead and craft it anyways. We got a 40%, we got 0.7 luck, and a 2% sell boost. That is honestly not too bad. So let's go ahead and go to equipment and equip it, and there we go. So something cool about this game as well is we actually have the necklace on as well, and we have the gold ring on us as well. So that is a really cool feature in the game. The equipment actually shows, which again, I find very, very cool. So the next thing that we're going to go for is either a new shovel or a new pan. We need 12,000 for the metal and we need 55,000 for the silver. So now I am going to do a bit of grinding and then I'll catch you guys once we are done grinding. So guys, we just completed the Rubble Creek collection quest, which was collect 30 gold and then some other goodies as well. So we can go ahead and talk to John here, and we just got 25,000 cash. So now we can buy the metal pan, or we might even be able to sell and skip the metal pan and go for the silver pan. So let's actually go to crafting first. Let's see if we can craft anything here. The topaz we can actually go ahead and craft. Let's view this. And let's go ahead and craft. Never mind, you need 60,000. I forget that it takes cash as well. It's not just the material. So we're gonna have to wait on that, and we're gonna have to wait on whatever else as well, because I'm pretty sure we are not going to be able to craft any of those. So let's just go ahead and honestly, let's just sell our inventory and see what we can get. Wrong person. Let's go to the merchant and sell here. And I want to sell my inventory. How much are we going to get? We're going to get 26,000. So we should have enough. There we go, for the silver pan. So let's go ahead and purchase this right here. And there we go. We now have the silver pan, which fills up to 30. And now we have 9.9 luck multiplier, which is pretty crazy. We still do have ×2 luck for our daily for 4 minutes. So let's go ahead and take advantage of that and see what we can get here. So guys, upgrading your pan is actually very, very helpful. You guys can see how quick it's shaking and how many more like materials we are actually getting. It is actually pretty crazy. So there we go. We just got a bunch there, and now we're just gonna rinse and repeat and see what we need to do next. And speaking of, I forgot to talk to John again, so I didn't actually grab his quest. So let's go ahead and walk back over to him. Let's grab his quest again. So you can find different minerals in different areas, so we can now go to different deposits, which is basically what that's telling me to do. So if we go down here, we need to collect 20 platinum, 5 titanium, and 1 topaz. So that should be pretty easy. It's just going to be kind of like a little bit of a grind, and we should be good to go. So guys, this has been prospecting. So if you guys want to see more of this game, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.